Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all to the ATOI 10th bi-monthly Saturday members meet. Can
Sonam, your voice is breaking.
Mute everybody, I think, except HB.
Getting an echo, I think.
Hello?
We can hear you, Sonam. Go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all to the ATOI 10th bi-monthly Saturday members meet. My name is Sonam Bhutia, and I manage the administration for ATOAI. I'll quickly lay down the ground rules of the meeting. Please make a note that this meeting is being recorded, and the summary of the meeting with the recording will be shared with all the participants. I would request everyone to put their microphone on mute to ensure there's no disturbance and the meeting is conducted smoothly. As a host, I do have the option to put everyone on mute and will be doing so whenever it's required. And if you have any questions for our speakers, please do mention it in the chat box. Mr. Anand will put it forward on your behalf, or you can even raise your hand during the Q&A session. And you'll be placed in the queue and will be given the opportunity to speak. I would now request our Honorary Secretary, Mr. Vinayak Kol, to welcome the House. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sonam. Thank you so much. Welcome, friends, to ATOI members weekly meet. Thank you again for joining in, and thank you so much for your continued support. We have had some great support from our trade associations as well, which is very heartwarming. We have some fabulous presentations lined up for this week as well. Like every week, Tejveer will brief you more about them in a bit. Like every week, it's going to be yet another power-packed session, some very, very informative presentations coming on the way. I would also like to brief you all that the subcommittees which have been formed have already got into super action mode, with brainstorming happening almost every other day. Many committees have even made some very good progress in this short span of time already. In fact, some of the committee members maybe will speak to you today and brief you about what all they are doing and what all they expect from you all. Also, we have our social media team as well with us, and they have been also working tirelessly. You all should follow all ATOI social media handles and make use of it. I mean, it's a win-win for both. It's some great stuff posted out there. If you share it, it's good for you, and obviously it's good for ATOI as well. Tejveer again will brief you more about the latest addition from the social media team. And last but not the least, I would also like to brief you, highlight a little bit. We had some great meetings with MOT in the last week or so, and one of them being chaired and moderated personally by the Honorable Tourism Minister. Our President Captain Kumar will brief you more on the developments with MOT when he speaks. There have been some positive outcomes, and please be assured that your association is leaving no stone unturned to do whatever it takes for the benefit of all of us. Though the survival package still looks like a distant dream, but let me assure you, we have not lost hope and are not going to give up. And this is all from my side at the moment. And thank you again for joining in. Over to you, Tejveer.
Thank you, Mr. Kaul. And a very warm welcome to all the ATOI members. It's again a Saturday, and this is the 10th meeting that we are conducting. I think it's been almost 3 months that we've been having these consistent meetings, which really people have found to be very productive and of use. So that makes us happy. I also thank all the associations who've been helping us in promoting this message. As you know, that these meetings are inclusive. They are not just meant for ATOI members. Anyone is welcome to join these meetings. And today I see a few people who are not a part of any association perhaps, but they're part of our Adventure Travel industry. And they're here on this platform today. We welcome you. And before I proceed, I always do, I'd like to thank Sonam and her team and Bharat, who are the main people who put this show together, which we produce and showcase to you now every bi-monthly. So another change that has happened in these meetings is that from being a Saturday meeting, it has now gone to a bi-monthly meeting. So that means that every 15 days we'll be having these meetings. Perhaps first or third or second or fourth, we might even change that format a bit, which we'll inform you very, very shortly. Also, another change which has been done based on purely on the feedback of our members is that presenters, ATA presenters, members who used to present the products found 7 minutes to be a very short time, and everyone suggested that we should push it to 10 minutes. So from today onwards, each member will be given a 10 minutes presentation slot against 7 minutes. So that's again another big value add where people can explain the products more in detail. So that's 30% uptime for the membership. Also, if you've done a presentation before, but if you still wish to showcase more products that we have, we welcome you. You're more than welcome to write to the association. And if there is a slot empty on a particular Saturday, if we do have space, we'll certainly like to welcome you and also accommodate you, even if you've done your presentation before. Anyway, so till now, 12 guest speakers. Till now, 33 ATOI members have benefited by giving presentation in these meetings. It's a huge benefit, and I've spoken to a few of them personally, and they've confirmed that they have had business, accrue from these interactions, which is great news. We've also had people from the Ministry of Tourism and also from Northeast. The regional director Northeast also came in one of the meetings to talk to the house, which is very encouraging. Today we have 2 guest presenters and we have 3 ATOI members presenting the products. Let me introduce all 5 of them to you today. So first is Rohit Verma. Rohit Verma will be speaking on power of blogging. Rohit has been in the travel industry for the last 10 years. He's worked across markets in Asia, Middle East, and Europe. He's actively involved in digital transformation for companies, and he's also helped companies like Make My Trip, Clear Trip, and Air Arabia. He's an avid traveler and a marathon runner. He will today introduce you the secrets of how to gain customers, how to build communities, how to have people glued to your business, waiting for new information coming henceforth through the power of blogging. Welcome, Rohit. Our second guest speaker is Angad Deo Mandava. Angad is representing the 9th generation of Mandava family in the state of Rajasthan. And I don't need to tell anyone that where Mandava is. Mandava is very prominent not only in the map of India or in the state of Rajasthan, but it has a global presence and everyone in the inbound trade knows Mandava. Hardly there's an itinerary of Rajasthan which goes without Mandava being flashed into it or being added into it. The Mandava family has a great contribution in the field of promoting heritage tourism in India. Angad excels in horse riding and is a polo player. He also plays on the professional circuit. He takes care of the Mandava Haveli in Jaipur and Castle Mandava along with his brothers. Also the Mandava Safaris, Mandava Horse Safaris. In our ATOI member presenters, we have Arshdeep Anand from Holiday Moods Adventures. She's an MBA in finance. She is a co-founder on the board of directors of Holiday Moods Adventures group of companies. She has 23 years of experience in the adventure travel trade, and she's still an active trekker. She's taken many journeys and expeditions in the Indian Himalayas. The group of companies Adventures has various verticals, right, ranging from domestic to inbound to outbound, and they also own their own adventure camps. An ISO certified company, top rated by National Geographic Adventure, winner of National Tourism Award. They run 2 camps in the Aravali Valley called Camp Wild Hodge and one in near Dharamshala called Snowman Camp. So today, Arshdeep will be presenting a new product which the company has rolled out. That is how to sell global adventure travel in 7 continents through a white label website. So all those people who'd like to understand and perhaps start a new vertical, she's the right presenter for you. Our third speaker is Major S.K. Yadav from Wanderlust Travels. We fondly call Major S.K. Yadav as Mickey so far as he is Mickey. Mickey is an alumnus of NDA and IMA, and he's spent 14 years in the Tank Regiment. And post his stint in the army, he started Wanderlust Adventure Travel Company. An adventurer right from the army days has led many expeditions. Wanderlust has offices in the UK and the US, and they have now diversified in setting up of adventure parks and zones across the country. They are the pioneers in bringing bungee jumping, hot air balloons, safaris, and paintball gaming into the country. Major Yadav would be talking about setting up of adventure zones today through his presentation. sorry, that was second guest presentation. The third presenter today is Atul Singh from Travel Connections, Madhya Pradesh. Atul is a travel industry professional with a master's degree in tourism. His interest in adventure sports has been always there. He's done his basic training in whitewater rafting and skiing at Rishikesh and Ollie, respectively. He runs Travel Connection, a very well-established travel company in the central India, and is also the chapter chairman of the Domestic Tour Operators Association of the MP chapter. Atul will be presenting today on experiential tourism in Madhya Pradesh. So great. So we today have 5 presentations put together. The guests will be speaking for 15 minutes max to max, and the ATOAI members will be speaking for 10 minutes max. I will be ringing a bell 1 minute prior to your presentation time, which will sound like this, where I will be requesting you to wrap up your presentation in the last 1 minute and give space to the other presenter. Thank you, friends, and let's call Rohit Verma. Rohit, the stage is yours.
Very good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, ATOI team and Akshay, for giving me this opportunity to present to you today. I'll just share my screen. Right. Can all of you see my screen?
Go ahead. All
Okay.
good.
Okay. Good. Right. So this piece is about blogging. At Kosha, we have been building our online footprint in the last 3 months through blogging. While it is not easy to shift an offline business of 20 years to online completely, it is the need of the hour. Thus, we thought it is a good idea to share our learnings with fellow members. The newspaper is the first thing we start our day with, increasingly so on our phones these days. Nothing beats the impact of being covered in a newspaper. What if you could talk about your offerings in a newspaper of your own? Your blog allows you to do just that. With the lockdown of over 4 months, our customers are waiting to step out. How are we reinstating their confidence? How are we communicating all the measures we are taking for their safe travels? Customers are looking for this information just as we look for news every morning. A blog is one of the best ways to do it. Many ATOI members are veterans in the industry. You have explored routes in Himalayas for the first time. You have started new treks. But does the traveler know about this? We need to ensure that our stories are documented and conveyed on the digital medium. Writing blog posts has multiple benefits. It increases your discoverability on the internet. This results in higher traffic, which increases leads and ultimately results in conversions. The most important thing that has come out from the lockdown is that there is a huge desire to travel. However, there is too much uncertainty and confusion around the guidelines to travel. There is so much time that ATOI members have put in on a daily basis to give travelers a seamless travel experience. From responsible travel to eco-conscious steps, every stage of the journey is accounted for. These aspects need to be communicated to clients searching the internet so that they become your customers. This is an example from MHE Adventures on their blog. So to give a background, there are 3 major levers which impact a customer's decision to book with you. While price is usually the most important, content, information, and reviews are the 2 driving factors. It is pointless fighting a price war. Why not win customers by building trust and credibility through your writings and rave reviews? Mercury has highlighted why a trip to Chadar provided by them will give the customers a much better experience than opting for a cheaper tour operator. Through this blog post, the writer has answered the FAQ that customers have and also highlighted the USP, which is a Kashmiri chef. Now about building trust. Customers are wary of travel agents at this time because of cancellations, refund issues, and mismanagement of their trip bookings, a lot of which was not under their control. Let's build this confidence back by giving them access to information. A common practice to follow is the 8:2 principle while blogging, whereas 8 for information to the customer and 2 for promoting your products. Now, through this slide, while we are not promoting India Hikes or their practices in any way as a tour operator, we just want to highlight the importance of establishing thought leadership on a digital platform. Here, the founder himself has published over 65 posts in the past 3 years. Attracting new customers. You can provide useful information and then promote your offering. A blog post also helps build backlinks, which improves your rankings on Google. This is an example of ATOAI Ganga, which has beautifully described, they have showcased guidelines for Uttarakhand, which Uttarakhand is following, and showing customer videos of families visiting their resort post-lockdown. These initiatives help build traveler confidence and get on the road again. Google ranks websites higher which blog regularly compared to those which don't. It is important to identify keywords that gain maximum traffic and use them in your blog. This is a snapshot of India Hikes traffic on their website. What's important to see is more than 60% of their traffic is coming through search, which is through answering questions that travelers might have. An interesting thing to note is that they are not spending on paid advertising, rather on organic mediums, which results in higher conversions for them. Create opportunities for sharing on social media and other platforms when you write a blog. So it can be, it has its own, everything has its own reason, but a general rule is that it should be a likable and shareable thing for it to become viral and relate to the traveler's audience. SEO is the most important form of word of mouth marketing on the internet. The blog is an important part of on-page SEO. Be regular and be consistent. Google ranks websites higher that post regularly. The next steps would be to identify the topics that you know best, match them with questions travelers ask, and start by creating a pictorial blog post, which would be in the range of 1,000 to 1,200 words with high-res pictures that you might already be having. Frame a compelling blog post and publish. The best part is that ATOI members have everything needed for a compelling blog post. You have fantastic stories and pictures. All you need to do is map them with what people are searching for and publish it. You have a large customer base, get their testimonials and show it on your blog post. It will help other customers know. And the secret to do this is every month, month after month. Sir, I have mentioned some useful tools that you can use to get started. You can start through WordPress or Medium, both of which are free, and then you can amplify the reach of your blog post through MailChimp, which is free up to 2,000 customers, and then there is a nominal charge post that. I hope that this was useful for you and it will help you gain new customers. I am open to Q&A.
Thank you, Rohit. That
you.
was really crisp and sharp and quite informative. A couple of questions, which let me ask straight away to you is, so okay, so everyone knows how to write. That's no big deal. Everyone knows the stories they have, created over the years. They have their picture galleries and repositories in place. But the question arises is, like you said, that use of WordPress to publish your blogs. Now, I understand even Gmail, Google also has an inbuilt blog. Can you use that?
So if it so WordPress is ideally maps to your website, whatever form it is in. So if Google is compatible to that, you can try it. But WordPress is largely being used for blogging. It's
Okay.
also SEO friendly. So that's typically the platform which people are using to blog on.
Interesting. I know about WordPress for long, but I recently stumbled upon that even Google is offering blogs. So it set me thinking that is that another platform that we can use.
It is a good option to try out. I'm not sure how the Google's blog is, but we can definitely look at that option to explore.
Yeah, I think it will be nice if you can write back to the association, also comparing the WordPress and the
Sure.
Google blog. Especially, like you said, it needs to be SEO compatible, because that is the main objective of writing the blog, so that to reach out to the audience and connect them with your product and so on. My next question would be that how do you how do you position your blog? So, for example, is it mandatory that it should be a part of your website? There should be a link within the website which takes to the blogs, or it can be randomly standalone blog which is not connected to your website. Does it defeat the purpose then? Can you just tell us more about it?
Sure. So it's definitely a good idea to have it on your website, so that when people are landing, they can associate the brand with the writings. Um, so you can easily integrate it onto your website. So tools like WordPress are easily can be integrated onto your existing website. You don't need to move your website to build a blog. There are two kinds of kind of blogging people do. One, so the main blog is for an on-page SEO standpoint. So it helps you to rank to Google internally. So it helps you build backlinks from your blog to your product pages. So rather than just promoting products, you are talking about the product, and then you are leading people onto your product. So it helps build that confidence and better impact conversions. The other part that you mentioned of about writing on other platforms, this comes under off-page SEO. So tools like Medium, or through social media, through influencers, or Quora, for example, helps you uh, reach out on other platforms by answering questions, or simply by publishing on another platform that allows you to do so. This helps you build backlinks from another platform. So it helps you again build traffic which you currently don't have on your website, but another platform would have, and gains, it helps you reach out to them.
I was going to ask you, in fact, the same question which you kind of answered, that one is publishing to your own platform, which is a blog, and one is on another platform which is quite popular. It has, thousands and thousands of, people already following it. So when you push a blog, or a story on another platform, you get a better, target audience. Whereas on your blog, it's an organic process, which of course needs to be done. Finally, you want, people to who are loyal to you, who read your stories, who believe in you. I understand. So does this mean that you need to balance both of them, or the first step is to build your own blog, yet at the same time write stories separately and publish on other platforms like Quora and many others? So is that what we're supposed to do?
So I think the first step here is to identify the topics that you would be writing on, and then there are various tools which help you, which tell you which keywords are getting the maximum searches online, and then kind of use these levers to build a blog, to write a blog. And once you have finalized this, yes, publishing on your own blog is the most important thing that you have to do. But simultaneously, the team also has to reach out to affiliates, which is like Medium, or writing on Quora, or through influencers, or news agencies, etc., so that it helps you amplify the reach. Because there is, so because these people have that kind of traffic which you need, and the new customers that you need to attract onto your platform. So there are 3 or 4 key kind of steps that has to be done. It's not just about publishing a post, but looking at data and very strategically building those blogs which help answer questions which people are searching for on the internet and getting discovered through that.
So both, we need to do both. We need to write our own blog, and we also need to sometimes, try and reach out to the larger audience, where platforms which have big audiences, which are influencers, etc., etc. So the traffic, comes from all the directions.
Absolutely.
Thank you. So that was very informative, and I also tried to use your balanced time of 15 minutes. So now it is complete. So thank you. Let me call upon our second presenter, Angad Dev Mandava. Angad, the platform is yours. The stage is yours.
Sir, there's a technical glitch, so Angad has logged off. He's joining in anytime, and maybe we can move to the next presenter till the time he joins in.
Sure, we can do that. Has Angad sent you a message that he'll be logging in and we should move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fair enough.
Can I ask a couple of questions to Rohit, if you don't mind, quick ones? Akshay.
Ideally, I would like to flow that into Q&A, Akshay, because his 15 minutes are up. I was just trying to utilize his 15 minutes. So can we take it in Q&A?
Oh.
Thank you. Okay, so can we call upon the next presenter? Let me call upon Arshdeep Anand from Holiday Moods Adventures. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Tejveer. I really thank ATOAI's wonderful team for giving us the opportunity today to reintroduce our company to our fraternity. Please give us a moment to share my screen. So Holiday Moods has been commercially operating since 1997. We are 23 years young. Today it is India's premier global adventure travel company offering journeys in 7 continents. So we made full use of lockdown to further strengthen our backend to propose growth to our own fraternity by partnering with us to offer global adventure travel portfolio. An ISO certified travel company, top rated by National Geographic Adventure, winners of National Tourism Award, a fully licensed multiple award winning company since 1997. A brief on our beliefs and ideologies. Our mission is to promote sustainable tourism with exceptional handcrafted experiences, stories, and adventure travels across the globe. We see ourselves to be India's premier B2B global adventure travel company, operating upon the principle of purpose before profits. We value protecting the environment, respecting local cultures, benefiting local communities, conserving resources, and minimizing waste to create an impact to promote lesser trodden regions. An experience created by the combination of nature, culture, and activity could be defined as adventure tourism. So we aim to make it unique by introducing either an element of challenge or wellness, so that to create an impact that transforms you to make this adventure experience a holistic traveler experience. Today, we offer our strengths to the industry for mutual growth by helping the startups and existing companies strategize, grow, scale, and respond to disruption. The experience of having been in the industry for a long time, learning the ropes through hit and trial, it has empowered us to become adventure travel strategy consultants. Constantly learning and designing strategies, we help you keep abreast with the disruptions and trends. We offer a combination of technology, digital strategies, social media platforms to bring forth innovative ideas, to develop own strategies, leading to growth of your business. For this, we have introduced 3 workable models, business models. Business model number 1 would be quick free quotes, where We have a fairly comprehensive website. Whatever products you like from our website collection, we will be happy to send you free quotes along with the sketch itineraries in PDF formats. All the trips will be well organized and executed by our own team. Business model 2 is also very interesting form. Empower Us. It is an offline module for existing adventure travel companies. We can help you strategize your growth and respond to disruption with our consulting. We can assist you in documenting your SOPs, risk assessment, crisis management, child protection policies, insurances, your recognitions. Business model number 2, again, Empower Us, offline model for the companies who are new to adventure travel segment. We help you set up your adventure travel division. You can choose from our India or international or all collection of adventure trips, which is based on 9 themes like road trips, incentives, motorbiking, mountaineering, trekking, multi-activity, cruises, wildlife, and train voyages. Business model 3 is the most interesting of all. It is an online model, white label website. A new adventure specific domain website with your own branding can be set up, which would look like globaladventures.yourcompaniesname.com. Again, you can choose from our India or international collection. Since it would be a mirror image of our own website, there will be preloaded hundreds of packages on your website. Domain ownership will remain yours. Artificial intelligence help would be provided. Live testimonials on the website can also be helped with. This is how your website would look like. Instead of our own logo, your company logo would be replaced. It's barely been 6-7 years since we forayed into outbound, but in these few years, we have been able to find our niche and identify the journeys we wish to promote in 7 continents. Again, we range from luxury to expedition cruises, mountains and plateaus of Asia to exotic islands, wildlife safaris to northern lights to UNESCO World Heritage journeys. We work with most cruise lines, along with the very popular Eastern Western Med cruises, Alaskan cruises, Australian New Zealand cruises. Our portfolio boasts of North Pole expedition, Arctic wildlife safari expedition to Antarctic air cruise. Apart from the ocean cruises, we have some amazing river cruises like Amazon River Cruise and Nile Cruise. Highly popular Bhutan, EBC, Annapurna Trek, couple of itineraries for Kailash Mansarovar are always on offer. But USP of this section is Discovering Siberia, which is a trans-Russia adventure and adventures of Mongolia, covering Gobi Desert and Altai Mountains. Hot-selling island destinations of Mauritius and stunning Greek islands, Eastern Med, Caribbean islands are the vanilla programs, but our expertise lies in offering you Galapagos, French Polynesia, quaint islands of Philippines, where we not only offer most visited islands of Palawan, but also lesser known, far more pristine Samar and Leyte, and of course, the Reunion Islands. Mostly people associate Northern Lights with Iceland or Finland and other Scandinavian countries. It is a lesser known fact that sightings are much better from Murmansk in Russia, as well as Whitehorse City in Canada. However, my personal favorite in this section remains Lapland in Finland, the Santa Claus village. We specially organize journeys during the Christmas time and New Year's to this Lapland. Our Middle East section showcases the programs for the lost city of Petra, Dead Sea, and Wadi Rum in Jordan, Egyptian pyramids, and historic Israel. We have specially launched a new program in East and West Europe, walking and hiking journeys, which is not only popular with youth, but also very, very ragingly popular with the senior citizen segment. South America, we have adventures of Peru and Chile, Machu Picchu, Patagonia, but we have a brilliant Brazilian Amazon River cruise as well. Africa is not only about wildlife. We do have lots of programs on wildlife. A drive through the garden route in South Africa is most amazing. We have a program in Morocco, which is recognized for its exotic splendor, natural beauty, culture, and heritage. Of course, there is Mount Kilimanjaro Summit Trek as well. Another very, very popular hotspot, we offer programs for the East Coast, West Coast, adventures in Central America, Alaska, luxury cruises from Miami, Mexico. All this is done through robust technology. We have ERP-based backend and linked website, auto-generated documents like service vouchers. Our website is hosted on Amazon AWS servers. We can also assist you with artificial intelligence by setting up virtual chatbots. You can also boast about your services. If you so desire, help with digital marketing can also be provided. Social media marketing, in-house email broadcasts, travel trade email broadcasts. Himalayas is our playground. We have strengths to organize not only hardcore adventures, but soft adventures as well as luxury cultural experiences in the Himalayas. We have equal strengths in organizing domestic cruises, promoting island tourism, wildlife experiences in the country. That was about our journeys. We have two flagship properties, our adventure centers, one Camp Wild Horse at Aravalli Valley, also a snowman camp, Golladhar Himalayas in Dharamshala. I would like to show you two short videos to give you a better idea about our adventure centers. So this was our snowman camp, our trekking trail camp in Dharamshala. Because of the close proximity to NCR, Camp Wild Horse is very popular with schools as well as corporates for their incentives as well as OPTs. My husband Tejbir Singh Anand and I very passionately run our company together. We often refer to it as our third baby. We are open to discussion for your adventure travel business setup. Thank you so much, the wonderful team of ATOAI, for giving us the opportunity once again.
Thank you. That was crisp and just within the 10-minute slot. And I'm sure very exciting to see global adventures taking up as a product in India, which was missing, and it's also on ATOI's wish list. May I call upon the next speaker, Major Yadav, if he's there. Oh, sorry, we need to go back to Angad. Is Angad here?
Yes, sir, he's here.
Okay. Angad, all yours.
First of all, I would like to apologize. I think there's a power cut, so I got disconnected. But sorry, just one second. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to be invited on this forum. I'm glad that ATOI has taken this incentive, for the speakers to come and promote adventure tourism in India. I feel we have a huge scope in our country for adventure tourism, and I'm happy we are moving in the right direction for creating a destination for our future. But we still have a long walk to put our country in front, and I feel incentives like this will really help us. So I would like to really thank the entire team of ATOI. So about me, My name is Angad Mandawa, and I come from Mandawa family. For those of you who do not know about my family, we've been pioneer in Heritage Hotel. We were one of the pioneers of Heritage Hotels, and my grandfather was also, the founding member of IHHA, Indian Heritage Hotel Association, and we started a hotel in 1987. I've done my schooling from Neo College, Ajmer, and after that I went to Bombay Pune Racecourse. I was a assistant horse trainer under legendary Magan Singh Jodha. After which I did my hotel management from Jaipur National University, did BHMCT, and then went and worked with Taj Mahal and Towers Bombay, and then Taj Palace Delhi. Uh, so the topic I'm going to talk about is about adventure tourism in Mandawa, and we'll emphasize more on Mandawa safaris. So why adventure tourism? I feel like all the hotels are similar. When you go to, most of the hotels, when you go, there is like, all the heritage hotels or star category, the beautiful hotels, but then you need an extra activity. Like I feel when you have any, like cycling or you're doing adventure activities, it adds to as a USP to the hotel. And it also helps in getting more revenue to the hotel. I feel we also have a huge, as a topography, our country is, we have a huge variation in the sense, west we have Thar Desert where we can do ATV rides, we do camel safaris, horse safaris. In north we have the Himalayas for rafting, rappelling, mountaineering. South we have Andaman and Nicobar Islands for scuba diving, and east we have the jungles like Kaziranga. So I think we are blessed with such a diverse topography in our country, and we should push our country towards more adventure activities. And I think that's the future because, as you know, like because of the coronavirus now, inbound market has really decreased, and uh, domestic market, our population is more than 70% is youth, and I feel there's a big opportunity for all of us to promote more on adventure activities and upsell in tourism. So I will just show you where our location is. This is the map of Rajasthan, and in Rajasthan we are located in Shekhawati region, which is also known for its fresco paintings. It's the world's biggest open art gallery for fresco paintings. We are about 180 kilometers from north of Jaipur, about 200 kilometers south from Bikaner, and 250 from west from Delhi. We connected through rail about 15 kilometers. The closest station we have is Mukundgarh. And for airport, Bikaner and Jaipur is the closest, but we also have Jhunjhunu, which is an airstrip which only functions on request, so which is about 25 kilometers. So that's the connectivity of Mandawa. So importance of adventure tourism, I feel, is it provides employment, and also that, most of the hotels, or we have more skilled, or we need to have a lot of education, or have to be skilled. And I think in adventure tourism you can train locals very easily, and there's a lot of generations of local region you can generate employment. Upkeeping of natural resources is also advantage, I feel, which is there, because when we have mountaineers or people when they're going in jungles, it's like they're like the watchdogs, or I would say like the eye of the, they're like the cameras, like they see the regions where generally you don't go as a tourist. And if there is anything which is like deforestation or any animal being killed or whatever, it can always be reported. So I think adventure tourism does help in upkeeping natural resources. Extra revenue for tourism is always a plus point for adventure tourism, which we gain. And because of adventure tourism, I think also there's local and foreign investment also comes in a lot. So I will just show you the activities we do in Mandawa is we have ATV, jeep rides. We have also indoor shooting. Unfortunately, I don't have the picture with me. We also do a lot of shooting, archery, and things on the when we're doing safaris. This is bird watching. We do romantic dinners in the wilderness. Then we have campsites. We also do a lot of stargazing through telescopes. So another advantage we have is like we, during our safaris, because it's only not, a lot of people do not ride horses. Like if there's a couple which do not, one person rides and the spouse doesn't ride. So we have ATVs and bikes, which we don't ride, we don't drive close to the horses, but they're also doing the journey, and then they also join in the camps. So then we do camel sludging. Okay, so idea and reason of creating Mandava Safaris. We started Mandava Safari in 2014. The idea was just for the love of the horses, because there's a point when initially we had 5 horses, and then it just increased to 50, 55 horses. And then my uncles and, they called all the 3 brothers. We were 3 partners which created Mandava Safaris. I'll just show you so that's my first cousin Shivarjun, and then my older brother Anirudh and me. And we were all called by our uncles, and then they asked us, like, between 3 of you, how many horses do you guys ride? And we said 2 or 3, 4 horses. And they said, so do you actually require 55 horses? So that was a hint to say that either you take care of your own horses or you reduce your horses. So first we started selling horses, and then we realized that why should we sell? Let's start a business. And that's how Mandava Safari was created. Another problem which we faced with Mandava Safaris initially was we had an idea that we want to create Mandava Safaris, but we didn't know how to get business. So we went to the regular travel agents. We did a mock shoot of the safari. We showed them the pictures. We gave them the itineraries, and everyone, wherever we went, they said, like, have you done safari before? And the answer was no. So they said, okay, why don't you do a few safaris and then get back to us? So this is like a situation where we were stuck, and we said, how do we do a safari if you don't get a business? So then we thought of an idea where my brother Anirudh, he invited 2 photographers from Russia, and with them a travel agent, said, we'll give you all the free accommodations, you can take pictures, and why don't you promote us for safaris? And that's how we first of our business, first ride we got through Russia. And that time, even Russia market, no one was, I think, doing, and we established our market. And after that, there was no looking back. So our marketing strategy was, we realized that getting into a market wouldn't be easy because they're already well-established brands in Safari. So what we had a upper hand, we said, what is the upper hand we can have in business? So we said, let's do quality business, which no one else provides. We tapped into unknown markets where people were not regularly using their countries, which have a lot of horse culture, but no one went there. Like, no one wanted to market. And we said, there's no point marketing into normal tourism fairs. So we went specifically into fairs which is only horse related. It's like Equitana in Germany, then there's Icarus in Russia. So we marketed there. And then also we had a lot of photographers who we invited, and we would give them accommodation, but we would ask them to market us, in magazines and other places in the country. And that's how we started building on our brand. So the other USP, I think, for a brand is, the horses. These are the Marwari horses, and these are very, very rare breed of horses. They're only found in India. The horses are, if you see the ears, they're almost touching each other. They were initially the war horses. So the reason why they have the curved ears, and I think it's genetically with time, because they're like very old genetic pool of gene. And because of the war, then there were the desert horses. Because of the wind, the ears started curving, and they used to listen to the beat of the drums. So they were very alert. These are very highly alert. They were hot-blooded horses, and they genetically build the endurance. And also these horses are only found in India, and then government does not allow export of these horses. So for that, they become very rare. And anyone who knows about horses around the world, they know that these horses are very special, and they want to come and ride. So it automatically gives us an advantage on the horses. Like I told you, another things we do is the ATV rides we do with the horses, which in other safaris you won't get. We also do activities during safaris, like we do kite flying, we do the dances, we have music, then we do archery, we do shooting. So I'll just show you through some pictures. These are the horses. This is we did a ride with 61st Cavalry. That's Castle Mandawa. So another thing we do, we always start a safari from Mandawa. We also do a lot of palace to palace rides. This is the tented accommodation we do during the safari we provide. So we realized we really didn't wanted to do a lot of safaris, but less with, with a better quality and, better clientele. So these are even for children, like we have little ponies where people can, they have children, they can ride. I spoke about dances and music we do during the safaris. Also, we do a lot of these ferrying, horse, like we promote farriers to come and, work on the horses. So best time to come for safaris is generally October to March is when we do the ride. And the itinerary, typical itinerary we do is the palace to palace ride, which is about 8 to 9 days. And then we have Shekauti trail ride. In Shekauti trail ride, we ride from different, like Nawalgarh, Mandawa, places which has density of more Havelis where they have fresco paintings done. And we basically ride through the town, we stop, we show them the Havelis, and then the other hot selling safari for us is Pushkar Fair, because that's where when we have all the horses and buying and selling. We generally do not ride. Earlier we used to ride from Mandawa to Pushkar, but now because of the roads and highways coming up, we've stopped doing that, and now we do more of in and around Pushkar. So we camp in Pushkar, we ride around Pushkar, and then come back, and then let the guest explore the Mela. It's the Ferrisco Trail ride. This Bikani to Mandawa is one of the most beautiful rides because it's complete desert, and you see Egyptian vultures, you have fox, you have gazelles, and it's like just totally open because most of the region, even where Mandawa and Shikati, there are a lot of places are barbed wires, but Bikani to Mandawa is complete open, and it's one of the most beautiful rides. Then we do Tal Chapur Blackbuck Sanctuary ride, where we take you inside the sanctuary on the horses, and they see the black bucks. So Gallops of India is one of our achievements. So this is one of the biggest races in the world. The first one, which happened, was in Oman, which was hosted by the Sultan of Oman. Second one was in Morocco, which was hosted by the king. And the third edition we did in India. There were about almost 100 horses and about 25 teams. And the distance was 200 kilometers, the control endurance race, which was like, it wasn't like a race, but it was more like, there were, each team had 5 people with a captain with a GPS, and you had to find your own way. And there were penalties on if you mistreated a horse, or if your horse was 30, or or if you're reaching before time. So there were depending on the penalties, and which is the team with the least penalty would win the race. So that we hosted in in March and last year, and it was very successful because this has never happened in India in such a big scale that we did. Gallop of India. And then we had one of, the riders who came. There was this old man who was almost 93 years old, who was also part of the team. Then there's Miss France from 2005. So it was a big success. We had Indian 61st Cavalry as the Indian team who took part for the gallops. We've also done exercises with 61st Cavalry, which is also an achievement for us because I feel Army really doesn't do much rides with the civilians, and we twice rode with the cavalry, which was a big achievement for us. We had late Lieutenant, not late, I'm saying retired Lieutenant Arun Sahani who came, and then we had CO 61st Cavalry and the officers who came and rode with us with the Jawans. So our future plan for Mandawa Safari is that we want to make Mandawa as an equine center. So we want to create a polo ground, which we're working on. We want to have a equine school. We don't have any equine school in the country. where you get actually education to, study related to horses. There's no school there. If you have to go, you have to go to US. So our idea is to just not be confined to only safaris, but to do everything with equine related, whether horse showing, hospital, to create, school for equine, and also do other activities with the horses. Thank you so much. Any questions if anyone wants to ask?
Thanks, Angad. I think we'll roll into the Q&A, post all the presentations that we've done. But thank you. That was really, really amazing. And I'm sure that everyone has a take back from your presentation, and perhaps they want to write to you directly and learn how to sell horse safaris, or perhaps even, understand the product and come to you also.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And let me call upon the next presenter. That's Major S.K. Yadav. Mickey, the stage is yours.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, Wanderlust now, we are in our 30th year of existence. And, initially when we started, it was a typical cultural tours, adventure tours, and we had 3 verticals. We still have the cultural and the typical adventure tours inbound. We had a chain of eco-friendly resorts and camps. Now we are just left with about 2 or 3 because, as you know, NGT and Forest Department, they've closed down so many of them. Our 3rd vertical was formed about 5 years back, really speaking. And they started because in 1999, I visited Munich, and out of curiosity, I did a bungee jump there, and then I did another one, and I liked the concept. And in January 99, we launched the first bungee jump in Delhi, in Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium. And next morning, of course, Hindustan Times and Times of India screamed on their main page, bungee comes to India, and so on. Ever since, we've been slowly getting into this extreme sports business. I'm going to just share a little PPT. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So, just a minute. Yeah. Can everybody see this?
No, the screen is not visible.
Just a minute. Just 1 second. Now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we got into extreme sports, and I haven't read Nostradamus, the guy who saw tomorrow, but I did see 5 years ago that, we need to diversify. And I sort of diversified into doing extreme sports, adventure sports, and setting up amusement parks only adventure oriented. And I thought of this idea, and I went back to schools and institutions, governments, and I got a very positive response. And I just want to share that a little bit with you. Now, we had been doing our typical inbound treks and safaris, and which we still do. A river rafting camp I ran for about good 17, 18 years. The government didn't allow us to do that, unfortunately. But one always feels that, time has come, and especially now in COVID times, that we need to think out of the box. As they say in the army, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And this vertical of mine, fortunately, is doing very well and is profitable. I have closed most of my camps. The inbound is not going to come, I think, for the next 1 year, let's face it. And we need to think of doing stuff which is a little different. And we thought of going back to these institutions and telling them, for example, a resort or a hotel, 5-star. And I went to them and I said, listen, do you want more footfalls? You want more things to come in here? You just have a swimming pool, a little billiards table here, and a table tennis table here and there. So why don't we create an adventure zone in your resort, wherein you could get in people for corporate training, you could get in people for leisure, you could get in people, have a main attraction, which perhaps I was trying to push in my bungee jumps. And I'll be very glad to tell you, bungee jumping, our system is from Germany. Typically, to set up a bungee jump system, it will cost you nothing less than 2.5 crores. But we devised a method, and you'll be shocked to know today, and I don't think anybody can compete with that. And we've got inquiries from all over, even from Sri Lanka and Dubai and Malaysia. We can set up a bungee jumping full setup for 75 lakhs in your backyard, anytime, including the boom, shoom, everything. Now, what I went to the hotels and said, listen, have a main attraction. Incidentally, also, before I go further, we had actually been doing these as adventure events. We were doing, a 7-day event, adventure oriented, 3 days events, 10 days event, ticketed event, getting the sponsors to brand the bungee, the hot air balloon, the rock climbing walls, put on, we told Woodlands, put on a poster here. We were adventure partners and still are for Sunburn in Goa and so on, doing film shoots for film stars in Bombay. A typical one that you can see on your screen here. This is Sunburn. You do tandem jumps, water body jumps. If there's no water body, you have to have an inflatable. Of course, safety is paramount, and hence we got all our licenses from Germany. Unfortunately, we've had some incidents in India who tried to do some bungee, making local rubber cords and all that, and there was an accident about 7-10 years back. From a bungee system, as you can see, you can do about 5 revenue earners. One, commando slithering, as you can see here. This is a housewife who's doing this. There's no rocket science involved in this. You can give cage rides. You can do, of course, the main bungee jump. You can then make revenues out of jump photos, jump videos, jump, I did it caps, I did it t-shirts, and so on. So you're still doing adventure, but little differently. You're setting up adventure sports activities. There is drinks in the sky that we do. 5 people get together, have a glass of beer at 200 feet up in the skies. This is watching a cricket match from an aerial platform. We also do something called a scat dive, which is again a free fall onto a net. As you can see this on your screen. This is a special net wherein it's called a suck net. It just sucks your weight. It doesn't bounce you back. So it's very safe. We call it SCAD free fall. You can also put in water below there and have a splash and so on. Sky coasters and stuff like that. Human slingshots, hot air balloons. We were the second company to import hot air balloons in 1990. Vishwabandhu Gupta being the first one. He's a pioneer. But we started balloon safaris, and we are even now doing balloon safaris in Rajasthan, off and on, camel, come jeep, come hot air balloon safaris for our groups. We had also started showing the Taj Mahal from a hot air balloon till we were stopped. I don't know why, silly thing, but the government feels it's a low flying aircraft, though it is absolutely noise free, pollution free. We fixed the longest zip line in Diu, which is over 1 kilometer over the ocean. There is roller coaster zip lines, all sorts of zip lines, zip bikes. Also, I must tell you that we have now set up our own factory in Gurgaon and Damdama, where we create inflatables. Now, I will just tell you, I'm just going through these rock climbing walls, which you all know and you have all seen it. You don't need to really get into so much of all this. Building rappels, again, for film shoots, basically. Give us any building and we'll do a skywalk or a building rappel from there. Obstacle courses, of course, most of you are doing all that. Commando obstacle courses, rope courses, making rope courses and setting up in the backyard of a resort. Multiple towers, activity towers, again, where, one tower can have 3 layers. You can have a kid zone, you can have 2 zones for adults, and it can take up to 30 to 35 activities. If you don't have space, just create a multiple tower. Costs is about 18 to 20 lakhs and so on. We also create inflatables, where I'm coming to. Now, this is a paintball, for example. You know, paintball, again, we brought them into India in 2006. We were featured by CNN and IBN. And we make these paintball inflatables, Tipman guns from the USA, and we'll create an army battle zone, a typical India-Pakistan type war zone. You're wearing army dungarees, you will have smoke screens. This is what we did, the Tata vehicle launch. We have had some film stars like Ajay Devgan coming to our events and so on. ATVs, of course. ATVs is something not that we make, and you can always procure them from anywhere. Now we are also setting go-karting zones and stuff like that. Slowly, we built up on things. Now, something like this is made in our Gurgaon factory, inflatables. Now, an inflatable is very easy because you see, some hotels or resorts or institutions do not have much space. So you can just inflate that inflatable. A rock climbing wall, for example, it's a Velcro wall, but this is a, so this is a rock climbing wall, and 3 people can, climb together. And it is rock solid because there are 2 inflation fans which keep the cone absolutely erect. And after the event, deflate it, fold it, keep it in a corner, just 10 by 10 feet bundle. Only on a weekend, say you have business, take it off. Stuff like that, running bungees, gladiators, bull rides, all sort of forms. We attend exhibition in Atlanta in the US, which is for extreme sports, get new ideas, get some licensing. The inflatables are made from Taiwan imported material, only stitched by us here. Well, Zobs and human Zobs, again, it's a team activity where, people can, these are the swimming pools with water Zobs, walking, sort of adventure. You have a swimming pool, you have a roller, you have 10 people who can sort of get inside the roller and walk on the water and so on. Top Gun flyboards, well, these boats are again, if somebody wants some water sports, so we procure it from, these are swimming pools again. Now, let me tell you what we do is, this is a floating tent that, people in the lake, they want a floating tent, you can just relax. Just an idea that we did that.
Mickey, sorry to cut you short, but you'll have to wrap up quickly.
All right, done. I'm done. I'm finishing off. These are the certificates. And these are some events with some celebrities and so on. Well, that's it. And thank you very much. If you have any questions, I'm open. Thank you.
Thanks a ton, Mickey. I think very, very interesting and amazing products that you've launched. And what I can see is that right from the word go, you've been quite innovative, changing your course of action as the disruptions kept on coming in the business. So kudos to you. And that is what is the need of the...
Yeah, one needs to change because
absolutely,
innovation is always important. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let me bring on the next presenter, Mr. Atul Singh from Travel Connection from Madhya Pradesh. Atul, the stage is yours.
Good afternoon, all, and thank you, ATOI, for giving us this opportunity to present Madhya Pradesh in front of you all. And is it my screen is visible, sir?
Yeah, we can see you and we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, sir. So, welcome to Madhya Pradesh. I'm Atul from MP Incoming, and today we'll talk about something less promoted or less marketed, or say experiential tourism in Madhya Pradesh. Like Burhanpur is a historical place, 3 hours drive from Omkareshwar, and this place is having a lot of history and monuments to see for the tourist, and it is also connected from Indore, around 4.5 hours drive, and from Ajanta around 5 hours drive. Shahi Kila, Moti Mahal, and Shah Nawaz Khan Maqbara. And yeah.
Sir, to cut you short, we're not able to check your screen, as in we can't see the screen right now.
You cannot?
No, we cannot.
Oh, your presentation, we can't see your presentation.
Yeah.
Sorry if that's what you meant.
1 sec, sir.
So, thanks for correcting.
Yeah, please. Now is it there, sir?
Yeah, now we can.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So I'll start from Burhanpur, which is a historical place around 3 hours drive from Omkareshwar and also connected from Indore by 5 hours drive. And these are the places like Shahi Kila, Moti Mahal and Shah Nawaz Khan Maqbara, and many more attractions are there. And this is also around 5 hours drive from Ajanta. Chanderi is again a historical place and 2.5 hours drive from Orcha. Chanderi is an old town and having Chanderi fort, Badal Mahal, Chanderi handloom saris are very popular now, and we receive a lot of tourists to see this handloom work. And few Bollywood movies like Stree and Sui Dhaga given more popularity to this destination and very well connected from Bhopal by road and to Orcha. Shivpuri is an ancient town, 3 hours drive from Gwalior again, and Pawa waterfall, Chhatris, Survaya ki Gadi. These are the attractions available, and Shivpuri fits in very well in the itinerary. Mitavali Chaussat Yogini temple. This temple is like Parliament House, Delhi. Design of the Parliament House has been inspired from this very much place. And this is again 1 hour drive from Gwalior. Padavli is the fortress was built in the 18th century. Again, 1 hour drive from Gwalior. Some picture for you. Very interesting that if someone is visiting Gwalior and want to see other than Scindia's palace and fort, then they can visit this within the area. In 1 hour drive can see many things now. Bateshwar temple is a cluster of almost 200 mini grandeurs made of sandstone. Again, 1 hour drive from Gwalior. Indori Rang Panchami, Gair. This is like a tradition continuing since last 73 years. Is an extraordinary experience in itself. The festival is celebrated with great fervor after the Holi, and now the government and the Tourism Council is trying to register this activity with this UNESCO, and lakhs of the people are gathered here during this Rang Panchami festival Gair and in this Rajwada area and celebrate Holi after Holi, like around 4-5 days they celebrate this, and council is also facilitating and trying to come up with a lot of facilities for the tourist. So this is one activity for the experience. And Bhagoria festival is one of the major festival of Jhabua tribal region. It's celebrated on a grand scale, witnessing the participation of various tribes and tourists alike. This is again a very nice activity. It was well promoted in inbound, but domestic tourism also coming to this place from the neighboring states, Gujarat, and they are coming all over from this place. And very nice experience for the tourism and the tourist, because locals and the tribes, they do get together here, and a lot of activity happens as a Haat, Bazaar and Mela. Fantastic network of wayside amenities in all over Madhya Pradesh. MP Tourism is trying to facilitate their tourists when they are driving with the quality washrooms and restaurants. So they are developing, and many of them are ready now. And many more hotels and resorts are upcoming, which we'll share to you all in our email or through our updatation. Barefoot walk at Persili. This Persili is around 10 kilometers from Sanjay Dubri National Park in Sindhi district. Walking barefoot on soil is an ultimate way of feeling. And a unique barefoot 4-kilometer trek on this soft and moist sand bed of the river Banas is an out-of-the-world experience. I can say like this is a different activity, and this Sanjay Dubri Park, National Park is also not very much promoted in our itineraries. So if you see here in the map, this is around 90 kilometers from Bandhavgarh and 105 kilometers from Riva. And very good staying facility is also available through Madhya Pradesh Tourism, and few of the private resorts are also here. And very nice activity from October, when the water level is low, from October to say April. And spiritual journeys we talk about, which are different than others, are Jyotirlingas, Mahakal, and Omkareshwars are very popular. But this Ramayana trail, these spiritual journeys or say yatras are age old. But now government and private operators, we are trying to bring this for the tourism platform, like Ramayana trail in Chitrakoot. We all know Lord Ram spends his around 11.5 years in this area, naturally very rich, beautiful, and a lot of activity for the tourists. Tourism is government is trying to develop all this area, like Janki Kund, Ram Ghat is Mandakini river's bed, and daily aarti happens here normal days. Narmada Parikrama, now this is internationally known, and this Parikrama like starts from Omkareshwar. Parikrama means from where we start, we have to come back there only. And it starts from Omkareshwar near Indore, goes few parts to Gujarat, and then all the way go to Amarkantak, which is a origin place for this holy river Narmada, and comes back to Omkareshwar. It takes around 12 to 15 days by vehicle, and itineraries and details are available with us. Those who are interested, very nice yatra or say parikrama. Many people do this by foot also. Jain Tirth Yatra, like Madhya Pradesh is also having a lot of places for Shwetambar and Digambar Jain Tirth. So if somebody is interested, yes, we can provide details about that, and we share that. Now short break and road trips. These are the in things now, and Madhya Pradesh is strategically located in our country, and we share border with Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, and Uttar Pradesh. And these vibrant cities are very well drivable through highways to our these circuits like Indore bound circuit, Bhopal bound circuit, Jabalpur, Kanha, Bandhavgarh, Chitrakoot, Khajuraho, Gwalior, etc. And we all are having very good connections by road, and within the state also we have a very good network. And fortunately, we received few guests in this 15th August weekend. People are started traveling, so it's a good sign for us. And a lot of road tourism is going to happen in Madhya Pradesh in future. Experiential tourism, like MP Ajab hai, sabse gajab hai, what we say in our tagline. Why? Because Madhya Pradesh gives experiential activities. So MP Ajab hai because of its experiential activity, and those are like Baga village visit, Baga jewelry making workshop, walk with Pardis, which is a local community around Panna, vessel and bead carving workshop, cultural experience, local ethnic cuisine, local art and craft, local excursion, walking city and heritage guided tour. This is again a very attractive experience now, because if you want to have a walk with the experience storyteller to Indore, Bhopal, Chanderi and Orchha, yes, it is available, and it's a very nice experience for every tourist. Night safaris are now allowed in few parts of jungle, and boat safaris are available. MP sabse gazab hai because of its experiential stays. In your visit, you can have experience of rural stays, village stays, farm, jungle, nature, forts, havelis, palace, camp, and tree houses. And the interesting part, if you are having only 3-4 days time to spend here in Madhya Pradesh, you can experience all these type of stays in that limit only. Now food trips in Madhya Pradesh, MP Indore Sarafa night market is very popular now. People know very well about that. But other than that, MP is being the heart of India, cuisine here being influenced by its neighboring states like Rajasthan, Gujarat and Maharashtra. That is why when we receive tourists from all over, they don't complain, because we give them variety in one only. In one trip only, they get a lot of varieties. And it has got its regional delicacy like Bundelkhandi, Mahakaushal, Bhopal, Malwa and Baghelkhandi cuisine. And they are really different from each other. By the taste, by the, all these itineraries are available with us. If somebody wants to do the culinary tour of Madhya Pradesh, yes, we do organize, and starts from Gwalior, and drive through Baghelkhand, Mahakoshal means Jabalpur and Bhopal, Indore, you get all of them. Now something about us. We are a B2B tour operator. MP Incoming is a pure B2B operator based at Madhya Pradesh, having 23 plus years experience of handling domestic tourism here in Madhya Pradesh. And we love to receive your guests and you when things are normal here in Madhya Pradesh. So a lot of experience available in Madhya Pradesh. If somebody wants to do activity and road trips, like staying and other experience also. So thank you so much for giving us opportunity again, and we will be happy to assist and receive your queries in Q&A session. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Atul. Thank you for a lovely presentation. It's been a house full today with 5 presentations that we've done, and I'm sure that each one of the presentation was standing out with a lot of academic knowledge for our members. With these words, let me please welcome the President, Captain Sudesh Kumar, to address the House, please.
It's my turn, Dejbir. I didn't hear.
Absolutely, sir. All yours.
Okay, lovely. Absolutely. Good afternoon, my dear friends. I hope all of you are having a awesome time, even though difficult times. But I think we all adventurers know how to enjoy the difficulties. And you know, one of the things I would like to say before I tell you what I did in the last 15 days, the association date, is this: that we are mountaineers. We have gone to the mountains and we know help each other, how to help each other. Each one of us is a part of the whole team. Somebody has to make a route, somebody has to walk through, fix pitons, somebody has to make a rope. And in case somebody is falling, we have to hold him up, take him out of the difficult situation. I pray, I wish, all of you request you to kindly see that you help each other. It is the time when we need support of each other. I'm positive, I'm definite that things will improve in, say, another couple of months' time. It was heartening to know that all the hotels around Delhi, not in Delhi, of course, Delhi just opening of the hotels, are full weekend. And the gentleman just said about from Madhya Pradesh, they're doing tours in Madhya Pradesh. I heard the tours are, I got my daughter's friend sent a request, a birthday party in Rambagh Palace next weekend. And she wants to see rooms and stuff like this. So there is a hope. So I'm very positive there's a hope. I'm thinking will be okay. I heard somebody telling us today, Ladakh will be opening up soon. And so she came in November and stuff like this. So let's pray that we all are going to have a lovely time. These are difficult times are behind us now. I want to share with you that I was invited along with other associations by the Honorable Minister for Tourism. We had a one-to-one meeting with him and we were given a chance to tell our point of view. On your behalf, I requested of Honorable Minister few things that I'll just share with you. First of all, I told him, in fact, that we, the association, has prepared COVID-19 safety guidelines. These are specially prepared for our members, which has got how to maintain your camp, how to walk, trek, and stuff like this, basically adventure related. And he was very kindly agreed that's a great idea. And we are having a small webinar soon. The association is having that. Please join that. The information is already on the website. Read it. And please ensure that whatever activity you do, you use all the safety guidelines which we have been prepared by a very experienced team of association volunteers. Another thing I mentioned to him that in order to see that the business grows, one suggestion to Honorable Minister was the LTC booking must be open to the entire industry, especially those who are recognized by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, state government. Because at present, the LTC is only given to 2 companies, Bama Lorry and Ashok Travel and Tours, because the government owned. My request was that you allow to everyone. So why only this company? Because especially these companies have no experience of adventure tourism at all. And my focus was adventure tourism. So I hope, because immediately he made a note of it and he said they're going to listen to it. And when I'm going to meet the Honorable Minister again next week, I will be checking with them what is happening on this. If this opens up, you have a huge business available at your side. Next point I mentioned to him is how to increase. Some of us do educational chores, and I requested him if with the help of education ministry he can write to each school that they must compulsory do excursion, a day excursion, overnight excursion, a 3-4 days excursion, depending on situation. If that happens, and if it happens, we are going to have a huge opening of a lot of business. Again, this will be done by the ATOAI members who are members of the association. What's happening is that mountaineering, I also do our mountaineering activities, which they open 123 peaks. They asked me a question, what's happening, how are you doing it? I said, look, nothing. Unless you get rid of X visa, so this issue is still pending for the last now almost 8-9 months now. X visa, they have promised me that it will be taken care as soon as possible, very quickly. And the third was sat phones. All of you know, the sat phones is the issue. The great difficulty after struggling for 7-8 years, the sat phone was allowed by the industry, but now it is not to be allowed in Northeast as well as not allowed in Sikkim, in Ladakh. In fact, in Ladakh, it's very funny that the government has given these type of sat phones to villagers in Zanskar, in Kargil area. I don't understand why can't they allow us. So I had mentioned this question to Honorable Minister, and he said he will look into this, and hopefully this demand will be taken care of. I also mentioned to him that skill development is another issue. We need to do skill, because what's happening is a time for us to see that we improve our skills, not especially our staff, and the government should do some financial help to us. And again, he said yes. I hope I succeed in getting you some good news. Another demand of the industry, that SIES scheme from 7% to 10% for foreign earning is still hanging like a sword on us. And I do hope. I also met the Honorable, the Secretary from the tourism, as well as few other government, other offices like revenue and things like this, and requested them to allow. Nothing has happened yet, but it looks that you may hear good news very soon, very soon. Otherwise, I'll be taking up again with the Honorable Minister that it's from 7% to 10%. SIS scheme, the DGFT instrument must come out as soon as possible. The Government of India has also declared that MDS scheme has been now modified. Earlier, there were 2 times you could go abroad and do it. Now it's 4 times. It is 4 lakhs of rupees. And the scheme for domestic is 90,000 rupees only 1 time. Recently, all the international events are taking place virtually. That means to say, for example, PATA event just took place. The now event is taking place in INEX event, but international ASTA is taking place from tomorrow, 24th of August. And every event now needs very small amount of money. So I have sent a request to the Honorable, to the DG Tourism, Mrs. Rashmi Sharma, requesting her if she can, sorry, Meenakshi Sharma, I apologize, so that if they can allow us to use an MDA grant for these kind of activities. I have been told that they are very positive, look into it. Maybe I have a good news for you in another 2-3 days time, and I will share with you on Monday or Tuesday. If they accept, that means to say, I also mentioned to her in the message that kindly allow 100%, which is, for example, the PATA cost is $600. That is nothing. $600 is 42,000, 50,000 rupees. And why can't Government of India can pay out of 4 lakhs? No, we're not getting 4 lakhs anymore because sitting at home, we don't need air ticket, we don't need hotel, we need nothing. So let's hope that we have this positive news sooner. These are some of the things, and also, of course, we also raised the issue of change in the guidelines, recognition guidelines, stuff like this. I think I'll request Vinayak to talk to about that, because he took up this issue with the Honorable Minister himself. With these words, I must say, welcome again. Have faith, have confidence. I'm definite that when the business goes up, opens up again, it will be so much that you won't be able to handle it. You may be saying, oh my God, so much we can't handle, we should prepare yourself. And my estimate is in 2021, business will be double, 100%, no doubt about it. Good luck, good wishes, and God bless you all, and I hope we are on the right track. Thank you. They'll be yours. Vinayak has to tell you something about what happened with the 2-3 points.
Sir, thank you. Not much, probably you just briefed it all. In fact, I just wanted a little clarification or rectification. Sir, you just mentioned about the revised MBA grant and the increased amounts. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's just a draft at the moment. They haven't come out yet. They haven't announced it. It was just a discussion which they had asked associations to give their inputs, and this is also what I had highlighted in that meeting with the minister, sir, that the new revised MDA guidelines is very helpful for the trade. It also has the point wherein a company can ask for MDA grants even for digital marketing and etc. things, and that's what I had requested ministry to come out with that revised MDA guideline as soon as possible, so that people can take benefit of it, because in the lockdown we all are really not that busy and would really like to improve our websites and social media. So please correct me if I'm wrong, sir, but as far as I remember, the new guideline hasn't come out yet. Is that so?
No, when I did right, because these are drafts, like you said, for both. Even for the venture tour operators recognition, we have just given our inputs, and the MDA for domestic tourism is still a draft yet to be notified.
Yeah.
But the draft has come from the government themselves, not from anyone else. So when the government gives a draft, the administration says as good as accepted it, because they must have thought about it a great deal. But I understand, Vinayak, my philosophy is to accept as it is, but we want a circle from the government. Next week, I promise you that I'll have some circle on the hand.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for those encouraging words.
And just a little more, which Captain Sir asked me to brief the House, was that I also, I mean, we have sent these details to the Ministry of Tourism. I also requested the ministry to relax the norms of approval as a tour operator, as we all, the pandemic has changed the world now and surely has changed the world forever. And so for sure, it's going to take ages for people to get back to regular office or bigger offices and things like that. So we have asked them, requested them to also relax a bit of requirements, say in terms of the office space and the requirement of the number of people in the offices. And they have sent draft for the guidelines for the recognition as tour operators as well, wherein I see the changes have been kind of incorporated. And they will surely come out again, because they have sent it to all the associations and it's a big job, so they'll take some time to work on it. We also as association requested ministry to put more emphasis on the domestic marketing, because right from the March, from the times COVID really hit India, we have been always discussing it's the domestic which is going to revive the first, and inbound is a long way ahead. So I briefed the Honorable Minister that it is domestic market also where we should do our marketing very heavily, because as of now, many people are spending time watching news or other television shows or online. And as a regular customer, I don't see much of marketing happening out there. So they accepted and agreed to increase. And we also requested them to speak to states, and they also should try and exhaust their marketing budgets in the domestic arena and focus on that. Apart from the biggest highlight of all the meetings which we had with the Ministry of Tourism was that everybody is requesting the government, whether the state governments or the central government, to get the synergy between different states, because that is turning out to be the biggest obstacle for travelers who are wishing to start to travel. The different guidelines and rules which are governing different states and making it very confusing and chaotic for people to travel. And they have accepted it, and they are going to have different meetings between states, state secretaries, states tourism departments, and probably very good results will come out of that. And soon we'll have smoother transition between one state to other state. That's all from my side, Tejveer. Thanks.
Thank you, Vinayak.
I'll take half a minute more. I'll take half a minute more. I'm sorry, I know your time press, but I'll take 1 or 2 more minutes. I must mention that we did cover air connectivity of the lesser known destinations. For example, there are certain airports we need to be connected. If you want to go from Delhi to Joshimath, it takes 17 hours. So if you have a flight to Gauchar, or airport like in Arunachal Pradesh or in Kargil, there are many airports are ready to accept the passengers, but it's just the government has not opened up yet. So there was air connectivity was another issue which we requested the honorable minister to see that if they can open up and things like this. On a personal note, I must say each speaker spoke so well at CHB, lot of huge information, and I request other participants who are here to write a small note to us so that we can put in our testimonial that look, if those who are not joining, how much they're missing. We have 450 members, only 42 have come. I think around 40 members have come. That means we must tell our members that look, you're missing so much. And please do write testimonials. We put in our website and tell members that look, by how much we enjoyed these kind of webinars. And I also, last point I want to say, I was very happy to listen to Angad Mandava, whose late father was my companion in 1973 in Garhwal, Himalayas. I feel very privileged to listen to a young man. It was, thank you, your lovely speech. And I had a huge, all of us have those like me, Vishwas, and those who have been in the business for many years, have a good experience of Mandava Castle and Mandava State.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, THB. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. And indeed, I think the diversity of the products that ATOAI platform is bringing is really very nice and spectacular. And each Saturday, I speak for myself now as a member, I think the takeaways are fabulous, they're fantastic. I don't see them anywhere else. And it's quite a shame, that our members perhaps are not aware of this, or perhaps, like you mentioned, that testimonials from whosoever are attending these meetings will really help us, and let the message reach to all the members saying that you're missing out on something, great product learnings that one can, pick up from these meetings. So that's a great piece of wisdom you gave, sir. And Vidur is also here in this meeting. Perhaps Vidur can also take this as another, point where testimonials that we are collecting from members can also, help these these Saturday meetings also. I also would like to share that now ATOAI's newsletter has gone digital, and it's now live on all the social media handles. And I've also posted the link in the chat. Sonam, please post the link once again so that people can click on the link and also go to the ATOAI digital newsletters. And it's a fantastic effort done by Vaibhav and his team, who take care of the social media subcommittee. My full compliments to Vaibhav in his absentia. He's not here, but Vidur and supported by Vidur and his team, they've done a great job. I also would like to extend a great welcome to Praveen, who has completed world's toughest eco challenge race, which I don't know where it happened where, but he went along with a couple of more people from India and they completed it. If you are here, Praveen, would you like to please address the gathering for 2 minutes? Praveen, I can see you. If you can unmute yourself and address the gathering and tell us about your experience for 2 minutes.
You can see.
Hello.
Hi, Praveen.
Yeah, can you hear me, sir?
हाँ जी हाँ जी हम आपकी आवाज सुन सकते हैं and
yeah, the race is happening in
being here and
on the 66
many
team.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir.
Why don't you address the house for 2 minutes and tell us about your experience?
This is the eco challenge which is happening in the Fiji, sir. Fiji is the one of the country in the world. There is I think more than 300 island is there, and we are the first team in the Asia. We participated this race last year in the September, and the 66 team participate from all over the world, and 30 countries are the participate. We complete the race. This is the much the challenging for us with all the members, and this is the first race for us as well. So that is a good for us.
Fantastic, Praveen. Our compliments for completing the race and also representing India as a country. And like you said that you are the first team from Asia. I would like to go to the extent of inviting you as a guest presenter in our next Saturday meeting. Kindly show the house some or some experiences from your Eco Challenge race. It will be a delight to go through your experience also.
I will do that.
Thank you so much, Praveen. I open the house for question and answers now. Akshay wanted to ask a question from Rohit, I think. Is Akshay around?
So Akshay is gone. Long he had another meeting, Tejveer.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He would have gone first otherwise. But the house is open, please, for question and answers. Sonam will lead the show, please.
Well, if anybody has any questions for the speakers, please do raise your hand. Nobody has any questions?
And they were just so good, so clear. They need to observe.
I think we can all smell lunch in our homes now, I guess. So that's why people want to just skip questions and go for lunch.
Orders, Vishwasji?
Sir, I want to tell it this morning, sir. But I will go again. Sonam, you have made a chart of people who ordered t-shirts today. I would request please share it on the ATOAI members group so that they all remember. And then especially for Vidur, you know what I have to do. You have to deduct 2,000 rupees from his check next time. And I think Angad already ordered some t-shirts. So whoever ordered will come back, and whoever ordered will order, I think, kindly, so that we can help each other, especially the association in these difficult times. Otherwise, whenever you guys are paying your subscriptions annually in September, October, whatever has been decided between the secretariat, you will get an extra bill for t-shirts, please. Huh? It's a request, by folded hands everyone. Sir, I've done my work, sir.
Thank you, Vishwas. Appreciate.
And I hope next meeting in 2 weeks, there'll be a lot more people wearing ATOI t-shirts, especially Ranju and Vidur, of course.
Yes, sir. Next meeting.
If he doesn't have a t-shirt in the next 2 weeks, he'll get another debit of 2,000 rupees. The next month bill.
I'll order a t-shirt for all will wear a yellow color t-shirt. Yellow color. Let's fix a color.
Sir, I'll have to wash it then, sir.
Okay, red color is fine. Whatever is okay.
So we have some new people today in the house. I'd like to request them to come and just introduce yourself. I have Falguni Parekh from Mumbai. Falguni, if you can unmute yourself and come and introduce yourself, please.
Hi, this is Falguni Parekh. I'm a co-founder of Sanskriti Vacations. We're basically a B2C company and purely into leisure and luxury holidays. And we have been in this industry for the past 25 years. We started as a educational tour company, and we promoted a lot of education in all over the world. In fact, our first tour was Kenya. We started with the wildlife safari, and that really helped us gain a lot of confidence, because basically we are not from travel industry. It was just our passion for travel that led us to take this as an occupation, and convert the passion into a business. So I have a partner, Miss Mamta Shah, who is a lawyer by profession, but once we started this, we've been purely into education and also leisure segment. And I have been attending this ATOAI's webinars or regularly. And I'm glad, though I'm not a part of this, I would love to be a member, and I'll soon connect with Tejveer and get things done. Thank you.
Thank you, Falguni, for always being here on Saturdays, even you're not a member of ATOAI.
Yes.
But I think you have now valid reasons to become a member.
Of course.
And I'm sure that your testimonial, which we spoke about, will really help other members also and encourage them to log on to these Saturday meetings. And
Certainly.
yeah, that's splendid. And thank you
And
so
the
much.
kind of speakers you are getting, not the speakers, the members who are there a part of this, the members who are there a part of OITA, they really have a lot to give back, to the society and the travel agents at large, I'm sure.
Thank you so much. That's the power of ATOAI members, which I tell everyone that we are a good, bunch of people who hang around together and really have a nice time.
Tejbir, sorry, we would love to see Falguni's face and we would love to see her in an ATOAI t-shirt soon.
Yes, yeah, sure. Not today, you'll have to spare me today.
That's okay, ma'am. But so in 2 weeks' time with t-shirt, we'll love to see you, ma'am.
Sure.
Thank
I'll
you.
be on board.
I'll also like to call upon Abbas. Abbas is from Chennai. I recently met Abbas. Met him, haven't met him physically, but requested him to come on log in this meeting. Abbas, can you please introduce yourself to the house? Hi, Abbas. Can you
Is he there?
introduce yourself to the house, please? Well, I can see him, but and he's also not on mute. Anyone else who's new to the platform or to ATOAI or to these meetings, please, can you please come forward and introduce yourself?
No one is coming. I think we cannot do it ourselves.
Okay, I have a friend who's just logged in, Puneet Bhasin. Puneet is an office bearer of ETAA, that's Enterprising Travel Agent Association of India. Very dear friend, he's an office bearer. Welcome, Puneet. Hi, Puneet, can you hear me?
Boy.
Looks like lost him.
Yeah.
He looks to be here. I can hear him.
No, I don't see him. I think he just logged out or he lost the connection. Anyone else who's new to these meetings or not an ATOAI member? Anyway, so I think that's all for today, for this Saturday. Great meeting once again, friends. Thank you so much. I'd like to present a vote of thanks for all the guest presenters today. Rohit, Angad, thank you so much. I'd also like to present a vote of thanks to our ATOAI members who did presentation. Major S.K. Yadav, Arshdeep Anand, Atul Singh. Thank you so much for showcasing your products. They were fabulous and they were really out of the box. And I'm sure that these are the new ideas and innovations that everyone is looking forward to and take inspiration for launching new products and new platforms. I also thank all the associations who flash our message about these meetings and channelize people to come to these platforms, which is, and I'm really grateful to them. And finally, grateful to the ATOAI Secretariat headed by Sonam and her team. Thank you all. And it's 2 o'clock. Have a great weekend ahead and look forward to meet you again after 2 weeks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tejbir. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Have a lovely weekend.
And you can download the presentations, please, which have been, the links have been given in the chat box. We leave the meeting open for another 2 minutes so that if anyone wants to click on the link and download, please download. All the links have been shared, even for the ATOAI digital newsletter. Please download these links.
Also, the members' presentation will be shared in a while along with the summary, sir. So members would be able to download then as well.
Sonam, can you also post the link of ATOAI membership form so people who would like to take on ATOAI's membership?
Sure, sir. We'll do that.
Yeah, please do that so that I see a few people who are new to the association. They can take advantage.
Thanks, Tejbir. Great job. Thanks, Sonam. Wonderful.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Vikas.
Thanks, Angad. Good to see you here.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers, Angad. Thanks, Ranju. Thanks, everyone else. Bye, Vinayak. Bye, Pradhanji.
Thank you, Vishwas. Thank you for being a good marketing guy for our sports shirts.
चलो कुछ तो है सर.
अभी 1000 बिकनी चाहिए तो बात बनेगी.
सब कुछ don't worry sir, हम हैं ना. Bye sir, bye Tejbir, thank you.
Thank you so much, and I'll send you the pictures as soon as I get it from Anda.
You have not given me your email. I have given you email. You look at the chat box.
I'll just send you. Can I? I'll just. Can I have your number, sir?
No,
Hi, Sarshdeep.
Bye.
छा गई अर्शदीप
Chat
मैडम
box.
आज तो
I see my email.
बल्ले बल्ले हो गई आज तो
You give me your email. You give me your number.
और ज़्यादा मुझे भूख लग रही है ना मंगरी बाय
98280
98
280
280
161
161
61.
Okay, 98280 Okay.
Yes, sir.
Angad, thanks.
I'll send you the pictures.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Tejveer Singh ji. Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure to meet you.
And we'll touch base with you one-to-one.
Thank you.
So, Sonam, I think we can close the meeting. Or you just posted the form.
Yes, sir.
Hardly anyone left, and I think they're all ATOAI members. Anyway, good Ji. Happy weekend to everyone.
Thank you, Tejveer. Ash, good to see you. And enjoy your weekend. Bye.
You too.
Bye, Captain Kumar. Have a good
Bye-bye.
Saturday.
Hello.